right. Hey guys, welcome to today's live stream. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is doing okay. Everyone doing well? Ready for the weekend? Weekend. I am, and then I kind of am not because it's really hot again. I complain about the heat constantly. It's just so hot. It is so hot. A lot of the things that I do on the weekends require me to be outside in the heat, and so I'm just dreading the summer heat. I can't wait for the fall to arrive. What about you guys? Hello, hello. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? You know, um, it's one of my favorite movies, Scary Movie. That franchise, Scary Movie 1, 2, and 3. My absolute favorite. It's just stupid comedy, right? It's stupid comedy. It's I love it. But anyway, guys, yes, today we're going to continue reading that ridiculous unhinged letter that Chris wrote, right? The letter about Nikki, right? Nikki K, Nichol Kessinger. Yeah, she was talking about, or he, right? Chris was talking about some crazy rituals that she was doing, right? At the sand dunes when they went camping. She supposedly brought a rock and a knife and she was doing some type of granny ritual, right? She was trying to bring back the ghost of her granny to come and haunt Chris and force him to be in a relationship with her. Who knows, right? Who really knows? But anyway, we're going to continue reading it and we're going to share our thoughts, our opinions, and any theories that we may have. And we're also going to be breaking it down line by line, letter by letter. Okay. Chicken scratch bite chicken scratch, trying to figure out what he's trying to say. All right. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this unhinged letter. Okay. So, yesterday we left off where he was talking about Bella's injury and also Shanann's injury to her neck. So, let's go ahead and start here at the very top. So, it says, if there was anyone else in the house that morning, then my mind has it blocked, he says. Why is he saying this? Okay, this is another thing, right? After the live stream was over, I had to really analyze what was being said here and process the craziness that he was saying. So he's saying if there was someone else in the house that morning, my mind has it blocked. Does this mean that there was somebody else in the house that morning? What do you guys think? My grandma will slap me into next week if I try to bring her back. Oh, V-Bug. Right, imagine you are resting peacefully and then someone in life is trying to bring you back to this nonsense, right? Can you imagine that? My goodness, no. Please don't do that to your loved ones. But yeah, what do we think is happening here? Is Chris has it blocked, is what he's saying. Oh, if there was someone in there, I don't remember. My mind has blocked it. Bullshit. Do we think there was somebody at the house? Do we think there was someone actually there? See, the way that Chris is wording this makes me think yes. It makes me believe that there was someone there. What do you guys think? Here, you know what? We're going to make this the very first poll of the day. We're going to ask, do you think someone was there? Because of Chris's wording. Now, again, we're talking about this based on Chris's own words, okay? So I guess we'll just go ahead and word it that way. So based on Chris's own words, do you think someone was at the house with him that morning? Okay. Yes, there was someone there. And if there was someone there, who was it? NK and Jim? Right? Is it NK and Jim? Yes, just NK. And the other option is going to be no, right? No, no one else but Chris. No one else but Chris Watts. Okay, let's go ahead and start this poll. You guys let me know. You guys let me know. What do you guys think? I think yes. I think that if there was somebody else there, I'm going to say it was Nichol Kessinger. I don't think Jim was there, but I will say that yes, there was somebody else there, and that was Nicole. Based on Chris Watts's own words, oh my goodness, I put own words, do you think someone was at the house that morning? Yes, NK and Jim. Yes, just NK. Yes, NK's granny. No, no one else but Chris Watts. Love Dream, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. If NK was there and involved in the actual murders, Potato Head would have snitched already. Really? Really? Love Dream, you think he would have snitched already if she was actually there and involved with the murders that morning? See, I don't think so. I don't think so, especially now that I think that he's probably afraid of Granny, right? I think he might actually be afraid of Granny's ghost coming back to haunt him. But even if it's not that, I do believe that Chris still has hope. I think he's still holding on to hope that Nichol Kessinger loves him and is gonna come to his rescue. I really do. I really do. He's holding on to that very, the thing is, Chris, again, he's such a potato head. He was pulled out of this relationship almost abruptly, in my opinion, right? I mean, he murdered his family to be with Nicole, right? And the crazy thing that happened is that he murdered his family and he never saw Nicole ever again. So he was pulled out of a very lustful and early relationship so abruptly, and I don't think he has ever felt closure. So I do think he's holding on to the possibility that Nicole Kessinger will come back to his life. I do think so. Again, I think it's because he's such a dumbass and he really does believe that Nicole loved him. But anyway, that's just me. You guys let me know. But thank you for sharing, Love Dream. Yeah. Yeah, I do go back and forth. I do go back and forth with my beliefs too. Jessica, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. I think that they should give him another polygraph about NK. I think so too. I think so too. What do you guys think? Another polygraph for NK? Just for NK, right? Just asking him questions about NK, asking him questions about that morning. Asking him questions about this even, right? Everything that he wrote. Hook him onto a polygraph. I would love to see that. Leave Granny alone. Leave Granny alone. Guys, I'm thinking about um all of these ideas that I want for merchandise. I know some of you guys have requested some hips, lips, and dipshits shirts, which I would love. I would love. Wouldn't that be great? Hips, lips, and dipshits, and there's like a giant Sasquatch, Sasquatch wearing a brown bikini. That would be so awesome. Uh, but yeah, guys, give me ideas. Do we want a shirt that says "Leave Granny Alone"? I just have so many ideas, right? Yeah, like I see it in my brain. I see the shirt and then I see Granny, right? Like ghost form coming out and haunting Chris Potato Head. Oh man, you guys, I have so many ideas. My brain runs wild sometimes. I guess that's what ADHD does. And pins. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I've thought about pins too. I think pins would be cool. You guys let me know. It's whatever you guys want, right? I mean, this merchandise is gonna be for you guys. If you guys want the merch, let me know what you guys want. All right, guys. Without getting deviated, all right, let's go ahead and go back into this. All right. So what do you guys think? Yes, look at that. 48% say yes, just NK. Based on Chris's own words, do you think someone was at the house? 48% say yes, just NK. But following that is NK and Jim. You guys still think NK or Jim was there? All right, all right. No one else but Chris. And then lastly, yes, NK's granny. It's so funny. 8 people, or not 8 people, 8% vote. Leave granny alone. I love it. That would be such a funny shirt to wear. You're waiting at the subway and someone's like, "What the hell is that shirt? Leave granny alone." Okay. Why is my face so red today? I don't know. I've been sneezing all day, guys. I hope I'm not getting sick again. Oh God. All right. Let's go ahead and keep reading this. Okay, so you want me to tell the truth and not to cover for anyone, but the only truth I know is that I feel like I did this. But it doesn't make any sense. Bella's injury to her lip would mean a lot of blood. No blood. No blood anywhere, he says. Shanann's injury shows no intent because no broken bones. Come on. You don't need to show broken bones to show intent. Is he who told him this? I feel like someone is feeding this bullshit to him and he's buying it, right? You don't have to prove intent by proving that the bones were broken. You can still strangle people without breaking their bones. I mean, that's the whole point of strangulation. Goodness. And he's saying, "Oh, there's no broken bones." What an idiot. This guy's such an idiot. Okay, and then this part it says that would mean a lot of blood, right? No broken bones. And I had no defensive wounds on me. Yeah, again, because he murdered Shanann while she was sleeping. So how is she going to defend herself when she's deep in REM sleep? She was exhausted, guys. I mean, come on, right? She was pregnant. She had just flown out to Arizona for a work trip for the weekend. Her flight was delayed. She's getting home. She's tired. I mean, yes, she's going to go straight to bed, go to sleep and knock out, right? Completely. Chris is saying no defensive wounds. Yeah, that doesn't mean you didn't do it, potato head. Come on. No defensive wounds. None, he says. None. We were able to figure out this word. It means none. To me, it looked like nart. Did it look like nart to you? I'm like, what is he trying to say? Nart. But it's not nart, it's none. She was a fighter, he says. And I wouldn't be able to hold her down with just my legs. No chance, he says. Bullshit. Right? Bullshit. What do we think? Who's putting this stuff in his brain? Is it the inmates? Is it his little buddy? What's his name? Dylan Tallman? Or is it his family? Or is it all the above? Oh, you know what? That's going to be our next question. All the above. All of the above. All of the above. I think it's all the above. It might be the inmates, his family, and his little butt buddy, Dylan Tallman. Joking. I don't know if it's his butt buddy. I think it was, though. You know, they did find Dylan Tallman with some of Chris's underwear and Vaseline. So I guess you can kind of draw a conclusion just based on that. What were they doing? Oh, was Dylan Tallman just trying to clean his cell? Was he like, "Oh, hello, buddy. Chris? Hey, Chris. Knock, 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 knock. Are you awake, buddy? Hey, I really need to clean my cell. Do you have maybe a spare rag that you can let me borrow? And any type of a cleaning supply?" And Chris is like, "Yeah, here's my underwear and here's some Vaseline." Is that really how Dylan Tallman cleans his floor? I don't think so. Huh. Yes, he really was. He really was caught with this stuff. Yeah, he really was. We haven't talked about it that deeply on this channel. I think this is probably the first time I've ever brought it up. But yes, there were reports that Dylan Tallman got caught with contraband belonging to Chris. Yeah. You know, again, you deduce what you want to deduce from that. Did Dylan keep them put on eBay? That's a good question, Josie. Who knows? Who really knows? See, Chris wants to let him borrow his sock. "Here you go, Dylan. Here's my best buddy. Please take care of him. He's been with me since childhood." Ew, so disgusting. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and continue here. And yes, yeah, if you guys want to fact check me, here, I'll go ahead and fact check myself. All right, here, let's go ahead and see. Dylan Tallman found with Chris Watts contraband. Let's go ahead and see what it was. I don't know why I'm laughing so hard. I don't know what's going on with me right now. Yeah, here we go. Prison officials found Chris Watts' labeled underwear and petroleum jelly, guys, in the cell of his neighbor, Dylan Tallman, at Dodge Correctional Institution in late 2020. Look at that. During COVID times. Who knows, right? They were probably just trying to bond. "Oh, it's COVID. I feel so lonely." Hey, Twistifer, can I borrow one of your undies, please? I lost my blankie. Is that what's happening here? The discovery sparked rumors of romantic relationship and landed Tallman in segregation. Look at that. He went to the shoe. He went straight to the shoe. He went to confinement. Though explanations were given regarding the shared prison commissary habits. Look at this. Details of the incident. The items. Guards found a pair of boxers with Chris Watts' name on them and a container of Vaseline in Dylan Tallman's cell. The punishment. Prison officials. Look at this. Prison officials suspected a sexual relationship or an unauthorized sharing, placing Tallman in an administrative segregation, the hole, for about a month. Look at that. He was in the hole for a month, you guys. A whole month. The explanation. Tallman and his circle explained that Watts, who lived in the neighboring cell, would often buy commissary items for Tallman because Tallman had restrictions on his account. They claimed that the items were accidentally mixed into a bundle of purchased goods. And inmates are required to label all of their personal clothing items. So if this is true, then why did the underwear have Chris's name on it? Why did he write Twistifer Twats and then hand it over to Dylan Tallman? The aftermath, look at that. There was a fallout. The friendship between the two inmates eventually soured after disagreements over a cooperative book project, leading Tallman to later speak out and write about his time living next to Twats. Wow. Yeah. All right, guys. Fact checking done. What do you guys think? Again, right? A lot of people say, no. Twistifer was 100% straight. He's a man 100%. Really? Is that really true? So many people doubt that Chris had, I don't know, interests in others, right? That maybe he was playing both sides. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. See, the thing is that to me, Chris Watts's his what he does, right? His behavior, his actions tell me more than words, right? He can say, "Oh no, I'm straight all day, every day, 100%." Yeah, no, I don't like guys at all. But what's this, right? What is up with even Shanann's own text message, right? Oh, who are you with? Are you with a woman or worse, right? What is worse? What can be worse than him being with a woman? We'll never know. We'll never know. Well, in prison, you can. Oh man, I wasn't reading that. Oh man, my take on lotion on the skin. Yeah, guys. Hey, sexuality is fluid, guys, right? Sexuality is fluid. I believe that very, very, very deeply, actually. Yeah, sexuality is fluid. I mean, sexuality is fluid. I didn't even know about the Vaseline on the underwear. It makes sense why NK's little three-way enticed him so much. Right. Yeah. See, a lot of things point to Chris being into people other than just women, right? Again, I'm just looking at the evidence. I'm just looking at the facts, guys. The facts say one thing and I read it and I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense. I know a few people did get a little weirded out because we were looking at Chris Watts' photos and wondering if he belongs in the centerfold of Grindr magazine. Some people are like, oh my God, no rocks. You can't even tell when people are gay. I'm like, yeah, I know that. Believe me, I know. But we're talking about Chris here, right? Like when it comes to Chris, anything is possible. Right? It's not even a stereotype. We're really just roasting Chris. But anyways, guys. All right. Let's go ahead and continue. And we're going to ask the question. I already forgot the question. What was it? All right, this part. So she was a fighter, and I would not have been able to hold her down with just my legs. No chance. Really? I don't know. I don't think so. Again, I really do believe that she was sleeping. Of course, she's a fighter, but she wasn't gonna fight him if she was completely out of it, right? If she's sleeping, how's she gonna fight him back? Come on. But what do we think? What do we think? Especially this part here, the broken bones. It doesn't have to be intentional, right? The broken bones don't have to prove intent. The strangling is clearly intent, right? He strangled her. There was intent there. But now he's saying, oh no, this was not intentional because I didn't break her bones. So stupid. Okay, guys. Next question, next poll. Let's see. By the way, these are taking forever. Okay, there it is. Yeah, guys, YouTube is, oh my God, YouTube is on crack, right? They're on crack with their greed. Um, yeah, if you follow other content creators, they've probably started telling you guys that a lot of changes are happening and we're noticing them, and it's just so annoying. But anyway, all right, question. Who do we think was giving him these ideas, right? The no intent broken bones. Do we think it was the inmates? Do we think it was his family, Cindy and Ronnie? Lord, 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 son. I don't think there was any intent in this, son, because there were no broken bones, son. Or do we think it was Nikki? Or no, not Nikki. Well, yeah, maybe, right? Maybe it was Nichol. Who knows, right? It probably was Nichol. All right, guys, what do you think? Who gave Twistifer the idea to say this BS, right? It's just gonna be this BS. All right, A, his family. Where's your family, Chris? Where's your family? His family, Ronnie and Cindy Twats. Do we think it was the inmates? Right, the inmates. Inmates slash his butt buddy, Dylan Tallman. Is he tall? Do we know? Is he a tall man? I bet he's short. Who else? Who else gave him this idea? Who else do we think? Nikki, right? Nikki K. Or all of the above. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do all of the above because even if it is, I don't want to do all the above because it's just I don't know. It's gonna be too many. I want to see what you guys think more. Right? Was it his family? Was it his inmates? Was it Nikki K? Who else do we think it was? Or some of his pen pals, maybe, right? Pen pals. Those crazy women that write to him. Crazy women. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and start this poll. Oh yeah, his lawyer. Dang, Ramona, I did not see that before you added it here. All right. Who gave Chris Watts the idea to say this BS? His family, Ronnie and Cindy Twats, inmates, and his butt buddy, Dylan Tallman, Nikki K and Granny K, or his pen pals, right? Crazy women. You know what? I think it's a combination, but mostly I think it was Ronnie and Cindy Twats. I do. I think that most of this brainwashing is coming from Cindy. I really do. I really do. So I vote A. It is hard to just pick one. You got to choose one, V-Bug. Just one. Yeah, pretend this is one of those standardized tests, right? In like high school or college. You got to pick one. Pretend you're taking the LSAT, right? The law school entry exam. What is the point of this letter? Well, the point of it is nothing really. He's just writing his own, delusions and whatnot. But the point that we are analyzing it is because we want to know if he's lying or not, and we want to figure out which lie is a lie and which could possibly be true, right? So it's basically what we're doing. We're analyzing the chicken scratch. All right, guys. You guys continue voting. And let's continue. Okay, so the part where it says, she's a fighter, um, I wouldn't be able to hold her down. Yes, that's very true. I believe that. I do believe it. I believe that, of course, if Shanann had been awake, if she had been ambushed, if she had been, I guess, I don't know, surprised, even if she wasn't ambushed by a whole group of people, if she was just surprised by Chris, yes, I do believe she would have fought back. Absolutely, of course. Why not? Right? Even if she wasn't a fighter, I think a lot of people would fight back, right? Because it's part of our survival mechanism, right? We have fight, flight, freeze, what is it? Fight, flight, or fight mode, right? Or did I say that again? Whatever, you guys get it. You either freeze, you fight, or you flee. And I think that for a lot of people, you're gonna fight back or you're gonna freeze, right? Or you're gonna try to run away. And with Shanann, right, especially if it was Chris who's trying to harm her, I think she would definitely slap him, right? She would have totally fought back. So I think the reason that we don't see any defensive wounds on him is because she really didn't fight back. And the reason she didn't is because she was passed out. She was sleeping. That's what I believe. I do believe she was sleeping, and he waited for her to fall asleep. Yes, you guys, please hide your batteries. If you have batteries, hide them. Nichol Kessinger might come to your house or your apartment and steal them all. Fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. There we go. Yes. Thank you so much. That's what it is. Oh wait, where's my? Oh, here it is. I'm like looking for my water. I'm like, where's my water? Chris Watts will not take accountability. He failed a polygraph. It was intent. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. I agree. Of course, it was intent. All right. So yeah, I think that it's bullshit. Right? He strangled her in her sleep. All right. Next one. When I woke up that morning, I felt like I was in a trance. He says, put clothes on that were old and didn't fit, and didn't mind throwing away. Okay, so the clothes that he's talking about is clothing that didn't fit him anymore because they were too big, right? Now, Chris lost a ton of weight, 13 pounds to be precise, right? 13 pounds. Nichol Kessinger knew exactly how much weight he lost from July 4th through August 11th. And so 13 pounds is what he lost. So yeah, so he's wearing clothing that fits him baggier, right? It's bigger. And then he's saying, I didn't mind throwing it away. Right? What is this telling us? That he didn't mind throwing away the clothing that he knew he was going to murder his family in. So of course it was planned. Now he's saying, "Oh, there was no intent," is what he said in a few sentences before. But then he contradicts that by saying, "Oh, I wore clothing that I didn't mind throwing away." It's because he already knew who's going to annihilate his family. Again, contradictions, contradiction after contradiction. And then he said, I made my lunch and went back upstairs. I felt compelled, like I needed to do this, right? And then it gets cut off. But I think it says, like I needed to do this. Yeah. I wonder why. Why? Why was he so compelled to murder his family? What, he's saying he's possessed? Oh, please. Of course he's not possessed. What do you guys think? The real reason he wore his old clothes, he either was going to dig the grave or at least fill it up, and doesn't want to be all dirty when his fellow coworkers show up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good theory, Jerry. Yeah. I believe it. He wore different clothing because he knew he was going to get himself dirty that morning, right? He's digging a grave, he's carrying Shanann. He's murdering his children and then stuffing them into oil tanks, right? All of these things he's preparing for. And he wants to make sure that he doesn't get any of those things on his clothing when he sees his coworkers show up. Yeah, the clothes that he threw away before going to the house on the 13th. Yep. He did stop by a dumpster to drop off his clothes to throw it away before he showed up at the house. So, yeah. Crazy shit, right? Of course it was premeditated. Okay, so but he's saying he was in a trance. All right. I battle with this all the time, he says. So many voices have been in my ear telling me that I didn't do this and that Shanann did. If she did, right? He says, if she did, then I have no recollection of it. Look at this part. So many voices have been in my ear. Whose voices are those, guys? Do we know? Do we have an idea? Whose voice do we think that Chris is talking about here? Well, you gotta get to know her to really know her. And then, of course, the other lady, too. Oh, is that you, Chris? Oh, my son. I think that it was Mama Twats. Exactly. Soily Blue. It was Mama Twats. It was Cindalulu, right? I think that all of this is Cindalulu. Yeah, you guys. Yep. The voices are Cindy. I think we can all agree with this, right? Wow, look at this. There it is. The voices are his family and pen pals. Yep. He's making up the voices. I definitely believe. I definitely believe that these voices are really coming from his family. Yeah. Cindy, Jamie, Ronnie, and the psychos that write to it. Yep. What voices? All right, guys, let's go ahead and end the last poll. It's going to be the same, but now we're going to ask about the voices. Okay, who gave Chris Watts the idea to say all this bullshit? His family, right? 54%, pen pals, crazy women. And then 15% say inmates, his butt buddy, Dylan Tallman. And then Nichol Kessinger and Granny K is last. Okay, next one. Who are these voices, right? Who are the voices? Who are the voices that Chris is hearing? Okay. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, so who do we think is telling him these things? His family, right? Ronnie and Cindalulu. Okay, Ronnie and Cindalulu. Who else? Who else? His pen pals and lawyers. All right, let's go ahead and add the lawyers in there too. Because it could be, right? It could also be the lawyers. The lawyers, he also mentions Tammy Lee, right? CBI, which it's bullshit. You know, the investigators didn't actually believe any of this. They only said it because they needed to hold Chris for something, right? This is a tactic, it's a strategy that police use to be able to hold a suspect. Otherwise, they would have had to let him go again, right? For a second day. So they couldn't do that. They had to blame it on somebody, and they had to get Chris to admit to a crime to be able to hold him. But no, I don't believe that CBI actually believes that Shanann did anything to her babies. Of course not. And then what is the other one? What other option do we have? Pen pal lawyers, CBI, and then who else? Who else? Okay, and then last one. And let's go ahead and start this poll. Okay, guys, who are the voices that Chris Watts is hearing? None, he's schizophrenic. His family, Ronnie and Cindalulu. His pen pals and lawyers and CBI. And then Granny K's spirit. Hey, it's possible. I think it's possible that he could be hearing Granny K's spirit, especially if Nichol Kessinger, conjured up whatever, right? She's invoking her grandmother so that she can, I don't know, convince Chris or something. She's like whispering at him in the middle of the night. Hello. This is Nikki K's granny. I think you really need to love my granddaughter. She's a nice soul. Do you like her yet? And Chris is like, holy shit, what was that? Yeah, it's Granny K. It's Granny K, you guys. I think he's cursed. The cursed brown bikini. That's where he heard the voices. Definitely not. Exactly. Anders, he is not schizophrenic. Of course he's not a schizo. He is all there. The guy is totally normal, right? He's healthy. He's healthy as a horse. My fiance is paranoid schizophrenic and is so sane he actually hears voices and sees things too. Chris is just a whole another he has a kettle of fish. Yes, exactly. Oh man. What wonder what Granny K looked like. Maybe it's the crabs. Oh man. Oh, you guys. Yeah, see this God. The thing is, I think that Chris is either making it up or the voices that he's hearing are the voices of Ronnie and Sindalulu. That's what I think. So I vote B. I vote B. Her grandma's bikini. All right, guys. He's all there inside like a loaded baked potato. Yum. That actually sounds really good right now, you guys. With some bacon. Yum. Just like scoop it out. Yum. I loved baked potatoes. It's quite funny though, because my partner and I say we're both legally crazy, paranoid, schizophrenic, CTPSD. We're a hoot. Oh man. Okay. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and continue. Yeah, leave Granny alone. Oh, we gotta leave Granny alone, you guys. She's gonna come back and haunt me. I don't want that to happen. All right, guys. Here, I'm just gonna. I need to blow my nose because like I said, look at my face. I'm like really. I'm not sick or anything, but I think it's the allergies are starting to kick in again. All right, there we go. We're back. Yeah, I don't know. I woke up this morning and I just started sneezing up a storm. I'm like, what is going on? Just back to back to back. And I've just been feeling like this the whole morning. I'm like, oh, goodness. I think it's allergy season again. Not that my allergies ever went away, they've always been here. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and continue. So it says here, I battle with this all the time. So many voices have been in my ear telling me that I didn't do this and that Shanann did. If she did, I have no recollection of it. CBI Tammy Lee put that scenario in my head and I went with it. Look at that. Yeah. So he's admitting the truth. He went with what Tammy Lee put in his brain. She's the one that gave him the idea. Oh, do you think maybe she did something? Right. And it was all just to get Chris to admit killing her at the very least, right? Because murder is still a crime, even if he was defending his children, right? So all she was doing was getting him to say something, right? To confess to a crime, even if the crime was, something smaller. I mean, she could have even gotten him to confess to stealing something from the liquor store, right? That's still a crime. But that is what they were doing here. I know I've seen a lot of people say that they don't really like Tammy Lee. They don't really uh, agree with her and whatnot. I really, I know. I'm not even going to say I believe. I know that this is a strategy used by police, and I don't believe that Tammy Lee favors Chris. Not even close. Not even close. It's just what she needed to do to arrest him. Okay. I'm not sure what is the complete truth, he says, other than I felt like I was under some sort of compulsion. Okay, let's read that again. I'm not sure what is the complete truth. Okay, complete, meaning the truth is not complete, right? Of course it's not, because we don't know it yet. Other than I felt like I was under some sort of compulsion. I felt. He says this a lot, doesn't he? I felt. I feel. What is this feeling that he's feeling? He re-victimized Shanann once again, saying she did it. Yeah. Yep. How can twats suspect that NK and Jim were involved? He either knows or not. Exactly. Of course, it was a strategy. Unfortunately, he took it and ran with it. Yeah, exactly, Britt. Yeah. I think she's one of the few that earned her money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did a really good job. Yeah. So what is this? He has no recollection, right? He's saying that Tammy Lee put this in his brain. He doesn't know the complete truth, and he was under some sort of compulsion. You know, this is the part that I'm stuck on, the compulsion part. Okay, because let's just go ahead and pull up our calendar wherever it went. Where is it? Did it disappear again? Oh no, it's right here. Okay, calendar time. So here's our calendar. The compulsion, I think that he felt was here. Okay. Saturday, the 11th. Look at what's going on. I did go ahead and add a lot more things. I went back through the discovery and just took my time reading line by line, and I added a bunch of stuff in there. Look at this. On Saturday, the 11th, there's more stuff that he did, right? He searched for trails and hot springs in Aspen. Okay. So Shanann had already planned a trip to Aspen for them that was supposed to happen on the 18th. It's right here, right? It was supposed to happen on the 18th. Shanann and Chris Watts' original Aspen trip. But the Saturday before, he was doing some other crazy shit. He's searching for trails and hot springs at the Aspen, right? Meaning he already knew he was going to murder Shanann because it's not like he's going with her. No, he's Googling this so he can take his little girlfriend, right? His little mistress, Nichol Kessinger. So he's Googling this shit too. He searched Toyota dealerships, right? What for, right? He's searching Toyota dealerships nearby. For what reason? For what reason? And then also, right? Nichol Kessinger tells Chris Watts to write an email to Facebook. Okay. So all of these little things are happening on Saturday. But the most important thing is the lazy dog trip, right? They went to the lazy dog. Now let's go ahead and look at Sunday. 111-minute phone call, the barbecue, the fridge, right? Chris took a photo of the fridge and the temperature of it. Chris Watts Googles some volcanoes, right? He's Googling volcanoes. Why is he Googling that? He's Googling Mount Colima and the other volcano, Paricutin, right? In Mexico. So he's Googling two different volcanoes. For what reason? The Dead Sea Scrolls text. Shanann texted Chris Watts for the girls' backpacks, right? She asked him, hey, can you please set up the girls' backpacks for tomorrow for school? And Chris says, I'll knock it out, he says. Knock it out. What an idiot. And then we also see that the Watts residence was a mess that day. And this was because the babysitter saw that it was a mess. And by everyone's account, right? Everyone that knew Chris, all the friends, the family, they knew that the house was always clean because Shanann was OCD type A. She wanted her house organized, clean, everything was labeled. So it was weird when the babysitter showed up and she saw that the house was a mess. Why was it a mess? It was always clean. Chris Watts had already given up, in my opinion, right? He didn't care about cleaning up the house anymore because he knew he was going to murder his family. So that is the compulsion that I see. The only pressure that I see is the pressure that is in the calendar, the pressure that is in the discovery, that pressure that was coming from Nichol Kessinger, not this, supernatural existence, right? It's not Granny K feeding shit into his ear. No, it's not, I don't know, hypnosis, right? He wasn't hypnotized. He wasn't in a trance. Bullshit. No, he was pressured by Nichol Kessinger, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Oh, so crazy. Oh, so crazy. I can't. Things he says, they can so easily be validated, right? All we have to do is just Google, right? All we have to do is Google and request the documents from Weld County and CBI to see that he's lying. Oh my goodness. Did I miss? I did, huh? Did I miss a few? I think I did. Love Dream, I did. He is trying to convince us that NK is a Jezebel and a Satanist, and that she made him become possessed. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Love Dream. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. Yes, he's trying to convince us that NK is the Jezebel and the Satanist, right? That she possessed him. Oh, he had nothing to do with this. Oh, I'm just an innocent bystander. Oh, BS. BS. Imagine, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. He was getting paint for NK's car at the dealership. Oh, is that what he was doing? Because I also remember that he was looking up for paint a different day, though, right? This is the different day. Chris Watts, Home Depot, Broomfield. What was that for? So do we think that that's why he was Googling that to find paint? Why would she need paint for her car? That's kind of weird. That's strange. Have we? I don't know. Has anybody looked into that? I haven't, because I haven't really found anything that points to anything really, but I would be curious to see why Nichol Kessinger needed paint for her car. What, did they run into something at the sand dunes? Like, why would he need to buy that? Oh no, look, it wasn't even at the sand dunes. Does she drive her car into the side of a restaurant and that's why she needed paint? Who knows, right? Who knows? Okay, what's going on? What's going on? Didn't he send a pic of an erupting volcano to NK after he disposed of the bodies? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if he sent the photo of the erupting volcano. I know that he saved it, though. He did save a photo of the erupting volcano to his phone. I don't know if he sent it to Nichol, though. Let's see. Yeah, we can definitely look into that. Yeah, but I know that he... Let's see. He Googled them, and then he saved one of the photos. Let's see here. Just going to pull up the discovery. And this was on, what was it? The 11th. Yes, it was the 11th. So the day before he annihilated his family. What a scumbag. All right, this is on the 12th. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and put this on the screen. Okay. It's around here. Oh, here it is. Look at this. It's right here. Want search Google for Mount Colima. He preserved an image of the volcano spewing lava and smoke. Yeah, so he saved the image to his phone. And then I think later on he Googled, oh, here it is, right? And then again, he Googled it again, but a different one, right? He Googled Paricutin, a volcano in Mexico. These volcanoes are right next to each other. One of them is dormant. The other one is actively erupting every once in a while. It's active. It's not currently erupting, but it is active. And he was Googling both of them. Why? Why do we think that he was doing this? Look at this. And then immediately after he Googled the volcano, a photo was created in his image file documenting the temperature setting in the fridge. Why? Why is he documenting this? This is where the theories come from, right? That he was going to murder his kids and put them in the fridge. This is probably where it comes from. And I mean, I can see why, right? Is it possible that he was going to preserve their bodies or something and then figure out what to do with them later? So does this mean that he didn't know what to do with Bella and Cece yet and he figured it out the next morning? You know, like these are the questions I have. What do you guys think? I wonder if they tracked down the same forerunner now, if they could still pull evidence from it. So we think the drink she was making for him was just herbal potato juice. I think so. Dude. Envious. I think so. It was probably just, herbal potato juice with a bunch of spores. Right. It's probably what drove him crazy, but no, I don't think so. All right, what else? Fixing a dent or scratch so she could sell it easier after the murders, and that is exactly what she did. Oh, huh. That's a good one. Okay. Were they planning on trading in the Forerunner? Because it would have dead body scent in it. Hmm. These are all really good questions, guys. Should we should we I don't know, should we make a whole live stream episode on just the Forerunner and see what we can find? That's really interesting. See, I know that she sold her Forerunner, but I think the timing was very suspicious because she sold her Forerunner right after all of this happened. And I think, yeah, the fact that she was looking for paint, right? And that she sent Chris to go get it instead of her, all of these things, they're suspicious. It's suspicious. Yeah? Okay, so we should dedicate an entire episode to figuring out the Forerunner. Okay, it needs to be investigated. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, yeah, I think that's a good idea. We'll dedicate an entire episode to the Forerunner, see what we can find. So yeah, guys, if you guys can do me a solid and see if there's anything you can find on the Forerunner, of course, I'm doing my own research as well. But yeah, if there's anything that you guys can find on the Forerunner, send it over in the community page. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, see, I love this. We collaborate. And a lot of you are posting a bunch of interesting things in the community post, and I love seeing the interactions there and the collaboration. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Forerunner episode. I wonder what we can find. I'm sure we can find something, you guys. We are all internet sleuths here, aren't we? We are all armchair detectives. But hey, you know, the thing is, a lot of crimes have actually been solved because of people like us, okay? See, that's the thing is just because we are not investigators and we're not, journalists and we're not police officers and law enforcement doesn't mean that we're stupid, right? It doesn't mean that we're brain dead. We can still put these things together by just using common sense and critical thinking. So you guys let me know. I wonder who bought it. Oh, who bought her Forerunner, you mean? I don't think they bothered to check it at all. Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think they checked her car at all. Remember, she wasn't a suspect, so they just let her go. All right, guys. Let's continue. Okay. So the next one, right? So here we go. So Tammy Lou put the idea in his brain. Sure. I'm not sure what is the complete truth other than I felt like I was under some sort of compulsion. All right. The compulsion being Nichol Kessinger's pressure. Do we agree with that? Here, let's go ahead and end the poll and start a new one. How did Ali not find any of this suspicious is insane? I know. And the thing is, they did. They did, though. They found a lot of these things suspicious, and you know that because of the discovery. The discovery shows that the police were actually still actively investigating Nicole, but it all stopped. That's the craziest part about all of this is the police, they still asked for all of her Celebrate information, right? For her Verizon phone. They yeah, they were really investigating a lot of things that she was doing. But it all came to a full complete stop, right? It was just stop, dead stop. As soon as Chris took the plea deal. So this is why it comes back to Rourke. I think that the investigators did see this. They did, but they were powerless to do anything about it because it was the district attorney's office that had the say at the end of it, right? It was District Attorney Rourke that presented this plea deal to Chris. And then as soon as he accepted it, the whole thing abruptly ended. So, no. It really all comes down to DA Rourke. It comes down to the district attorney's office. Yeah. It's crazy. It is so crazy. Tammy Lee has said so herself. She's like, "What the hell? Why is this ending so quickly?" Um, she's the only one that was vocal about it. I don't know if the other investigator said anything about it, but I when you look at the discovery and you see the things that they requested from Nichol Kessinger and the court orders and the warrants, it does show that they were actually looking into Nicole. Not as deeply as they should have, but they were still kind of treating her as maybe a person of interest, not really a witness, in my opinion. That is how I interpret the discovery, and what I see is that they were still kind of looking into her. All right, guys. Okay, so the compulsion. Okay, that was the question. Do we think Chris Watts saying that he felt under some sort of compulsion? Do we think that has to do with um the pressure that he felt from Nichol Kessinger? So Chris Watts saying that he felt compelled. Okay, yes, no, no inclination. Okay. Okay, so the question is Chris Watts saying he felt compelled. Is that because of NK's pressure? Yes, no, baby so, or no inclination? Yeah, Marlo. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what she said. Yeah, we're not done. She said we are not done. She also said it was really weird. She's like, "Oh, we didn't even ask him questions." Right? She felt like the investigation wasn't complete. And that's because it wasn't. Because Nichol Kessinger wasn't investigated. Ugh, it is so nuts. Pressure from NK or just making it sound like it wasn't his own potato brain. Oh, right. Okay. Hmm. I see that. Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to make it seem like he was just the victim. Yeah, and it's, "Oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't really me. I was possessed. I was hypnotized." Bullshit. I just read that NK sold her Forerunner back to the dealership. What? Did she get another car? Okay, yeah, these are all questions we need answers to. If she sold it back to the dealership, did she trade it in? Or did she just sell it back outright? Did she get another car? Which dealership did she sell it to? All really good questions. Oh my goodness. Wow. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you so much for that. Do you think Daddy told her to sell the truck now? Yes, I do. I actually do, Angela. That's a really good question. I think that he probably told her to. Even though I think she already thought about it, but I think probably her dad also convinced her to. See, I'm not a monster. Right. Maybe it was a lease? Oh, that's a good question, Neffy. That's a good question. Yeah, maybe it was a lease. Yeah, did she pawn it? Did she take it to the nearest pawn shop and was like, "Hey, I have some batteries and a Forerunner. What can I get?" Oh man. I don't think she got another car because the investigation went and picked the investigators went to pick her up to bring her in and talk to her. Oh, okay, got it. And that's why they did the paint. Because it was leased. Okay. Sell to hide from the press. Yeah, lots of good ones, guys. Lots of good theories here. See, it's suspicious that Chris Watts Googled the Toyota dealership before the murders and then she followed through afterwards. Right. Right. Exactly. It is really suspicious that he's Googling this and then she followed through with selling her car. Oh. Yeah. It was probably both Anders. I really think it's probably both. Chris farted in the Forerunner and then she could never get the fart out of it. I think it was probably both of them. Yeah, they probably both left their streaks in the seat. And she's like, "Oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to trade this in with all these streaks on it." Ugh. Imagine trying to get Sasquatch streaks out of a white truck. Nearly impossible. All right, guys, let's continue. All right, so the compulsion. Look at that. 91%. 91% say yes, he felt compelled because of Nichol Kessinger's pressure. No, maybe so, no inclination, or the rest. But yeah, it could also just be that he was trying to blame it on something else, right? I'm possessed, which is so dumb. All right, guys. That is why I suspect Nikki and Jim being involved, he says, because of the compulsion. You guys saw that? So I was under some sort of compulsion. That is why I suspect Nikki and Jim being involved, but I can't. All right. And then it kind of goes through here. But I can't prove it, he says. Okay. So he's saying that maybe Jim and Nichol were involved, but he can't prove it. Oh, man, I gotta move over here. There we go. I would add new brake pedal and rubber. Okay. Huh. Okay. What about this part? He's saying that that is why Nichol Kessinger and Jim are involved, but he can't prove it. And he's saying this because of the compulsion that he felt. What do we think he's trying to say here? Rourke, this isn't a witch hunt. Oh my god, I know. I get so annoyed when I see Rourke on screen. He's so slimy. He's a slimy individual. I don't trust him. He's also just very greasy in the face. He's always looking wet, isn't he? He always just looks sweaty. I'm like, dude, why are you always so sweaty? Is this what lying does to you? You just sweat through your suit? He also looks weird. I just don't like the guy. I really don't like the guy. He's a snail? Yes, soily blue. Yeah. Yeah, he's very sluggy, isn't he? Yeah, he's very sluggish. And not as in like a sluggish. His skin, it looks like you can pour a little bit of salt on him and he would dissolve. Psst. Yeah, like a slug. Right, exactly. For the most part, she told the truth. Imagine a DA saying that on national television. Or for the most part, the person of interest told the truth. For the most part, she helped, but she also did delete all of the evidence, which hindered our investigation. But for the most part, she was okay. What? Moist. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, he's very moist, isn't he? Ugh. Oh, don't mash. I know. I'm so Yeah, you guys, I feel really bad sometimes going after potatoes and, slugs and poor Sasquatch, but what else are we gonna say? Oh man. I wish Veroscope could do a Rourke assessment. That would be good. Yeah, that would be really good. Lobo, yeah. Yeah, exactly. She hampered the investigation, but it's no biggie. Yeah, exactly. Just Josie. All right, guys. All right, this part, I can't prove it. Well, you can. The thing is, Chris can actually prove this if he just told the truth. If he just said, oh, yeah, by the way, I really like playing three-way twister, back end twister, and I played it with Jim. He could just say that, but he won't. He won't. And I think the reason that he won't is because, again, he doesn't want to take any accountability for his actions. Okay. If I could prove it, then it would show no intent, and my sentence would be drastically reduced. If I could prove it, it would show no intent. That is not true. He's lying here. Because even if he could prove that Jim and Nichol Kessinger were somehow involved, it still shows that he murdered his family, right? So even if those two were involved, they were not the ones who it's not like they held a gun to his head and told him, "Oh, you better do this." No, he still willingly decided to annihilate his family, right? So it still shows premeditation. Unless they were blackmailing him, is that what he's trying to say? Oh, I was being blackmailed. It doesn't matter. I mean, what, you're gonna murder your family just because you don't want to be outed? Come on. Come on. Where is the responsibility here? Chris Watts never takes any fucking accountability, does he? Yeah, so what if you're going to be outed? So what if they're blackmailing you because of these things that you did and they have video of you? Who cares? You don't murder your family because of that. Ugh. Is that what he's trying to say? What do you guys think? Do you think that he's alluding to blackmail? Here, let's go ahead and end our previous poll. This is a good question. I want to see what you guys think. What is he alluding to here? Blackmail? I think so. But I want to see what you guys think. What is he alluding to? Okay. All right, and then what else do we think? Okay, and then the other one would be maybe just some overall, I don't know, pressure of some sort. Like, I don't even think what else it would be. What else would it be? I think that's why they were involved, because he felt compelled. I just can't prove it. They really were involved? Okay, I guess that's going to be the last one. They both really were. Okay, so the key thing here is that they both were involved, not just Nichol, right? And of course, we all suspect that Nichol was involved. Some of us do believe that Jim was involved. I really don't. But the key here is Chris is saying that they were both involved. Okay, so both of them were involved in this. NK and Jim. Okay. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and do this poll. Oh, wait. All right. All right, guys. All right, what is he alluding to? Blackmail for three-way back-end twister? Blackmail for drugs and dark magic? Just overall peer pressure? Or they were both actually involved, right? Meaning NK and Jim. So not just NK, but also Jim. If Jim was involved, he probably picked up Skankinger from the twat's house. Right. If there is any involvement, it would just be him picking her up. Yeah. And I've always said that too. If he was involved, his only involvement was picking her up, and he didn't know what he was getting himself into. I again, I don't think Jim was involved in this, you guys. You guys can agree or disagree with me. I don't think that the man was involved. And if he was tricked into it, and he never knew what he was getting himself into. Not sure how to answer. Yeah, blackmail. Yeah. Yeah, so it's what Chris is alluding to. What do we think Chris is alluding to in this part here? So the question is, okay, so Chris said that he felt under some sort of compulsion. That is why I suspect Nikki and Jim being involved, but I can't prove it. What do we think Chris is alluding to here when he says, I felt compelled? That is why I think Jim and Nichol Kessinger were involved, but I can't prove it. Is he alluding to blackmail, right? Is he saying, oh, yeah, I felt pressure and compelled to do this because Jim and Nichol Kessinger were blackmailing me and telling me that if I don't do this, they're going to show everyone that I like back end three-way twister? Or the same would be for blackmailing for drugs and dark magic, right? Oh, I felt compelled to do this because Jim and Nicole were going to out me as a drug addict, right? Or, maybe not a drug addict, but somebody who does drugs and is into black magic and, shit like that. Or do we just think it's overall peer pressure, right? Like he just wanted to be cool. He has mentioned that his friends, or her friends, I should say, Nichol Kessinger's friends were into some dark stuff. So is it that he just felt peer pressured by them to do things, right? Was it like a ritual or something? Or is he saying that they were both actually involved? Leave Jim. Jim is the source of the crabs. Oh man, poor Jim. Leave Jim alone. Oh man. We gotta make those shirts, you guys. We gotta make a shirt that says "Leave Jim alone" and "Leave Granny alone." Oh man, really, Tiffany? That's funny. Yeah, I gotta see it. He doesn't actually need to prove it. All he has to say is they were involved. Check this evidence and that evidence. Oh, yeah, exactly. We all know her phone data. It wasn't fully analyzed. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't need to prove shit. All he has to say is the truth. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were involved. But the reason I never told the truth is because they were going to out me. They were going to tell everybody that I like the back end twister with 3 people. And the third person has to be another guy. I believe it. I do believe it. I think that he was probably being blackmailed by Nichol Kessinger. All right, guys. Oh, man. Oh. I'll buy a shirt and wear it to the gym. Yeah, it'd be funny to make a shirt too that says, NK got kicked out of the community or something. Chris has too many truths. Yeah, he does. Too many lies. All right, guys. Okay, so he can't prove it. If I could prove it, that it would show no intent and my sentence would be drastically reduced. Okay, I think that this part is a bunch of bullshit. He's probably been he's been following or not following. He's been going to the law library a lot and reading. I think that he's probably getting a lot of these ideas from the inmates. Oh, my sentence would be drastically reduced. Oh, come on. No, it's not. If you murdered your family and your kids, no amount of snitching is going to reduce his sentence. What, from 5 life sentences to 4? To 3? To 2? I mean, he's still going to spend the rest of his miserable life in prison. So I don't know what crack he's on. But he's definitely on something because whatever he's writing is so delusional. This is not going to happen ever. Ever. But he is saying that if I can prove it, my sentence would be drastically reduced. What do we think, guys? Does this sound like Ronnie? Or Cindy? It kind of does sound like them still. Oh, blame it on somebody else. Maybe your sentence will get reduced. What do we think? What do we think? Do we think it's Ronnie? Yeah. All right, guys. Here, let's go ahead and end the last poll. 3, 2, 1. And poll is ending. I want to ask you about this. Because, again, this sounds like the parents to me. It sounds like the parents. What is he alluding to? Look, that they were both involved. Wow, 44% of you say that he's alluding to them actually being involved. And then 25% say just overall peer pressure. 23% say blackmail for 3-way back end twister. And then lastly, blackmail for drugs and dark magic. Okay. Right, exactly. Reduced from 5 life sentences? Absolutely not. Yeah, nothing's gonna happen. What, he thinks he's going to just God, this guy is so stupid. He thinks that if he just throws other people under the bus, his sentence is gonna be reduced. No, that's not how this works, Chris. I mean, come on. Come on. If it wasn't for the plea deal, he would have been on death row. And if it wasn't for the mayor, right? Or not the mayor, the governor of Colorado. If it wasn't for the governor of Colorado, he would be on death row right now. All right, guys. Who do we think this sounds like? If if he throws other people under the bus, his sentence would be drastically reduced. Come on. Bullshit. Okay. So who told him his sentence would be drastically reduced? Cindelulu and Ronnie? Or who else? Who else do we think is giving him this stupid idea? Okay. All right. And who else? Who else? Who else? And all right, let's go ahead and start this poll. All right, who told him his sentence would be drastically reduced? Was it Cindelulu and Ronnie? The law library and inmates? Pen pals and crazy women? Or is it his own delusion? One thing that does support what he is saying, he mentions a moon thing. And we know where they were, sorry, and we know where they went during the longest blood moon in the century. Chris wouldn't know that if NK didn't tell him. Exactly. See, a lot of the things that we see Chris do are things that he normally wouldn't do without Nichol Kessinger's influence. I agree with that 100%. Because it shows us, right? The discovery itself shows us that Chris was one person with one partner. He was another person with his friends. He was another person with his coworkers, and he was completely different with his parents. Chris, since he lacked his own personality and his own internal drive and motivation, he borrowed, or I should say, he became whatever his partner wanted him to become, or whatever whomever he was around, right? So if he was around coworkers, he became that. If he was around a certain partner, he became whatever his partner asked him to be. And so when it came to Nichol Kessinger, yeah, he did a lot of things that Nichol Kessinger was into. And so how would he know all of these things if it wasn't because of Nichol Kessinger, right? What would possess this man to Google volcanoes when I bet he never ever Googled volcanoes before this, right? Before Nichol Kessinger, I bet this idiot had no clue that there were volcanoes in Mexico, right? He's that dumb. Prior to Nichol Kessinger, he would have never Googled the Dead Sea Scrolls. Prior to Nichol Kessinger, he would have never looked up at fucking chicken breast, right? Yeah. Who knows? Maybe. But there are certain things that I really just don't see Chris doing without Nichol Kessinger's influence because he doesn't think this way. He's an idiot. He is an absolute empty shell of a human being. He didn't have his own interests. It's Nichol Kessinger telling him to read, right? So if he's the one saying that there were rocks and knives and all of these things that she brought over to the camping trip, I believe him. I don't think that he's making this up because again, his brain just doesn't function that way. He would have never even Googled any of these things on his own. He lacks curiosity. He really is dumb, deep, deep down. I really think that the IQ test that they gave him is a typo. They forgot to put the decimal point in front of the 1. 145, it's not it. It's 0.145 is his IQ. So ridiculous. But what do you guys think? He learned about chicken breasts from NK's bro. Oh my god. Oh, just read, Chris. The rating is so good for you. Yeah, that was definitely a typo. I agree. I think it's a typo. All right, guys. So we think it's Cinderlulu? Yeah. Cinderlulu and Ronnie giving him these things. And his letter can be fact checked because dates line up. Yeah, the dunes, the moon thing. And then, yeah, years later, he said that he wanted to go there. Yeah, exactly. He couldn't just be making that up. Oh. His brain capacity isn't there. There is no way he's making this up. All right, guys, let's continue. Okay. So he said his sentence would be drastically reduced. But if it doesn't change the fact. Okay, wait, where is. Okay, let's go back. Let's rewind. But it doesn't change the fact that I believe my hands did this. The brokenness I fight every day, and God is there to help me. Not only God, but my family and you. Blank. Redacted. I know the love that is in. Here, let's go ahead and see this. Where does it say it? I know the love that is in my heart. What heart? Which heart? Where is it? He's the Tin Man. He doesn't have a heart. To care for those in need. And it brings me to my knees in disbelief that I'm here. He is such a narcissist. I know the love that is in my heart, says the child killer. The care for those in need, says the father who murdered a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old who were in need. And it brings me to my knees, says a psychopath, in disbelief that I'm here. He can't believe that murdering his family landed him in prison. This guy is so delusional. It is so disgusting to see. It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable for him to say something so absolutely unhinged. He's saying, I know the love that is in my heart. Really? So then why the hell did you murder your kids? That drive from his house to Survey 319, 48 minutes to an hour. Quiet, desolate, not a car in sight. That whole time, he could have chosen not to murder his kids. And he still did it. Not only did he murder them, he put them into oil tanks, stuffed them in, crammed them. Who knows? He probably even kicked them down there. And he's saying, oh, for those in need. I know what's in my heart. I care for those in need. Really? So much so that he murdered 2 innocent children? He's so gross. It is so absolutely disgusting that this man has way more rights than a lot of free people, right? A lot of people who have never murdered their families. He still has a right to marry. That is so, it's a travesty. It's a travesty. We should all be up in arms over this shit. Okay, it's enraging. It's infuriating. I can't believe this. Lots of good questions. Does Lizzie have kids? Who knows? I don't think so. Yeah, he's a total idiot. Absolutely. Yeah, he needed life without oxygen. Yep. Yeah, instead of life without parole, life without oxygen. Make him fight for it. They should throw him into the Hunger Games, right? If he wants to survive, they should have thrown him into the Hunger Games or Squid Game instead of throwing him in prison where he gets taken care of by us. By us, mind you. Us, right? Us. So crazy. Holy moly. Do you know how, like, just absolutely ridiculous it is to think that We are all working, all of us, each and every one of us work to put a roof over our heads. And all of our taxes, right? The taxes that we pay go to keeping a roof over the heads of these family annihilators and feeding them. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy how we are all okay with this, right? We all could just kind of we just kind of accept it as something that is totally normal. Oh yeah, oh my god, you murdered your family? Oh, you're going to go to prison. Yet, when you really think about it, we're the ones who are paying for that shit, right? It's actually such an easy way out for them. They never have to work a day in their lives. All they have to do is wake up, eat, go to the law library to read the Bible, eat again, work out, and then they go back to sleep. Meanwhile, we are all here trying to figure out how we're going to not only pay our bills, keep a roof over our heads, but how we're going to pay these taxes, especially if you're self employed. When you're self employed, you have to pay the full tax. Imagine that. Fucking paying for Chris's food, for his mackerel spread, and the roof over his head that he gets every single day. How is that even fair? It's so just, how's that fair? Why are our taxes going to that? I can't believe this. There has to be a change in legislation because those prisons need to be funded by the prisoners. But anyway, what do you guys think about this part? I'm in disbelief, right? He says, "The brokenness I fight every day. Brokenness I fight every day. And God is there to help me. Not only God, but my family and you." Okay, so I think what he's saying here is that, yes, it is his family putting a lot of these ideas in his head, but also this pen pal. So I think we were right, guys. We were very close. Yeah. So it's God, according to him, right? Again, the irony that this man turned to religion only after he murdered his family, right? He didn't believe in God prior. But now that he's in a little hole, now that he's in a cell, he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I have nothing else. So I'm just going to turn to Jesus. And then he also has his family and you, right? He says, who is you? Chris needs to be in a tent in Arizona. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chris has zero responsibility. Yeah, I would be more okay with it if they didn't have any perks like TVs or new wives and all that BS. Exactly, Nini. Yes. Yeah, I would too. See, if we were all to accept this bullshit as just truth, right? If we are all as a society just supposed to accept, oh yeah, this is how it is, then take away the fucking TVs. Take away the TV. Take away the right to marry. Take away anything that gives them fun or pleasure or joy. They should actually be punished. How is that a punishment? See, I understand that putting them in prison gets them away from us, right? I get it, right? Oh, put them in this giant building so that they can never be out here and harm us, the free people that don't murder people. But being away from the rest of civilization isn't itself a punishment. They have to be punished. Take away the games, the board games. Take away the good food. Just give them mackerel spread and that's all they get to eat, right? Just mackerel spread and water. Nothing else. Commissary? I mean, come on. The fact that they even have commissary. Holy. I was in the military. I was in 2 military branches. And many times I was also getting commissary. It felt like I was in prison. And those are people serving countries. How is it that Chris gets the same commissary that people in the military get? How is this fair? How is this fair? So ridiculous, right? I mean, I was out here eating MREs, okay, meals ready to eat. They're fucking disgusting and they're full of calories, sure, right? It's supposed to because you're supposed to complete the mission. But prisoners also get this kind of food. So the same food that they're feeding the military, they're also feeding prisoners. Again, how's that fair? How's that fair? Oh, my goodness. Huh, guys. I know I just get so triggered by this. Especially seeing that Chris is marrying now. How is that a punishment? Again, how is that a punishment? I can't stand it. iPads. Right, Macker. Oh my goodness. Let's not even get started on Mackenzie Shirella. She thinks she's in a sorority or something. She thinks she's in college. She's like, "Oh, let me go back to my dorm rooms." No, you're in prison. And she gets iPads. What are we doing? Right? It's like, "Oh my god, we're out here struggling trying to figure out how to pay our bills. What are these people doing? All they get to do is wake up and use their iPad." Come on. Mackenzie treats prison like it's camp. Yeah, exactly. She killed 2 innocent men. Yeah, she killed 2 innocent men. And she's using prison like yeah, like it's science camp. I totally agree with you. Lucky. Hmm. All right, guys. 73 votes. Let's go ahead and end this. Let's go ahead and end this poll. Okay. Who told him his sentence would be drastically reduced? Cinda, Lulu, and Ronnie, 50%. His own delusion, look at that, 26%. The law library and inmates, pen pals and crazy women, 8%. Yep. Yep. All right, guys. Okay, so exactly. See, Chris himself says that it was his family and you, and it's been redacted. Right? This was redacted. Who do we think the redaction is? Is it his old girlfriend? What's her name? Annie. Right? It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Who is it? Who do we think is redacted? Can't see it. Right? Should I use my laser vision? Bzzz. I don't have any. Oh, Tiger. Hello. Across the world, we're talking about this. I'm sure every continent. Yep. Is it Anna? Yeah, Anna. Is it her name Anna or was it Anne? So it's not Annie. Anna. Okay, so we think it's Anna. All right, here. Let's go ahead and start a poll. Yeah, guys, it's the ADHD. I don't know what can I say. Everything reminds me of a song. Does that happen to you guys? If you guys are doing something, does it happen to you where you're like, "Oh my god," and then you just start singing? That happens to me all the time. All right. So who is the redacted person? Who do we think it is? Anna? So Anna is his old girlfriend. I can't believe he had a girlfriend. These women need serious psychotherapy. Okay, the new girlfriend, right, Lizzie Twats, which I don't know. I don't think so because this letter was sent out. Wasn't it like 2020 or something, right? Please correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 2020, but please let me know if I'm wrong. Kim. Who's Kim? Kardashian? It's not Kim Kardashian. Yeah, exactly, Marlo. Why do they have internet? No reason. They should not have internet. Yeah, ADHD girl. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yeah, so many songs pop in my head. Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's to Kim. Okay, Kim. All right. Not Kardashian, just regular Kim. Okay. Just regular Kim. Who's Kim? And who do we think the last one is? Kim Kaufman. Huh, Kim Kaufman. Okay. Yeah, NK is so jealous of all these other women. Oh, yes, Angela. Oh, the crazy Mason woman. Wait, what's that lady's name? I'm a crazy. I think you're right. You might be right. I think yeah, you know what? Yeah, what's the name of that crazy lady? You guys know who we're talking about? The lady that was obsessed with Chris because her mom was obsessed with Charles Manson. It was a friend Kim. Oh, okay. What's the name of that Manson lady here? What's her name? Oh, Christina. There we go. Yes, Soily Blue. Yep. Yep. We got it. It's right here. So yeah, Christina. Okay, for you guys that don't know who we're talking about, her, this lady, a former, look, it's very telling. She's a former prison psychologist. I wonder why she's not a prison psychologist anymore. It's probably because she needs psychology. She needs her own psychologist. Look at him. He's so. But anyway, yeah, her, Christina Ricciello. Right, do we think it's her? Here, let's go ahead and add her to the poll. Chris. Oh, it's not Christina. It's Krista. I don't know why I said Christina. Krista, not Christina. Oops. Krista. So Krista, the crazy Manson lady. Okay, here. Let's go ahead and start our poll. Oh, Tommy's girl. Oh no. Every woman has been a downgrade from the last. Yeah, right? I agree. Okay, who is the redacted person? Is it his old girlfriend, Anna? The new girlfriend, Lizzie Twats? Just regular Kim? I guess one of his girlfriends? Holy shit, how many girlfriends did this man have? And then Krista, the crazy Manson lady. Who do we think? Who do we think he's talking about? All right, so somebody told me this letter was to Anna, but some YouTuber Kim talked about the letter. Okay. Interesting. It's Granny. Do we think he's writing to MK's Granny? Zoo animals? What? Like the giraffe, right? Like the giraffe that wants to get fed by Nichol Kessinger? He passed Krista to his cellmate. Yes, yes, yes. Krista was actually, she was interested in Chris, but, oh, interesting, right? Her name is Krista. Anyway, Krista was interested in Chris, but she was passed on to Dylan Tallman so that she can get most of the information through Dylan Tallman. And then Dylan Tallman apparently got he caught wind of what Krista was doing and she was using him, and he ended up not liking it. Right? A lot of drama with these crazy people. Yeah. Eric, yeah, everyone gets a psychologist. All these people are crazy. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, so it looks like most people think it is Anna, right? Anna or Anna? The redacted person right here. Anna. Does it? Or could it be Krista? Look, like CHRISTA? Could it be Krista? Okay, because the reason is because Anna seems a little short. But then again, the block could also be bigger to throw us off, so who really knows? Or could it be Nikki? I don't think it's Nikki. I don't think he ever wrote to Nichol Kessinger. Or if he did, I don't think Nichol Kessinger ever wrote him back. She's afraid, right? And she's not stupid. She's not stupid. She's not going to talk to him without her lawyer. Anna with the brown bikinis. Did I just drink water like NK? Oh no. Hannah was around the longest. Okay, here, let's go ahead and Google her. I'm gonna Google that lady's name. Who is it? Anna? Anna, Chris Watts' girlfriend? Hmm. There's a lady named Kate. Do we know who Kate is? All right, this is what I found. Okay, so Anna is an alias used by one of the several women who claim to be a pen pal. Okay. Prison pen pals and relationships. While serving consecutive life sentences at Dodge Correctional, Watts received numerous letters from female admirers. Anna and another woman, Kate, previously came forward to the media outlets detailing regular phone calls, visits, and letters from him. Current status reports indicate that Watts entered into a relationship with a former Ohio realtor named Lizzie Henderson, who relocated to Wisconsin and applied to marry him within the prison system. Imagine trying to marry a family annihilator. What is wrong with these women? These these people are so insane. They need to get their brains checked. Like they have some severe self-esteem issues, right? They're very very insecure. They must be very lonely. They must think that they can't do any better. I feel very sad for them. It just to me it makes me think like maybe they just don't think that highly of themselves, right? I feel very sad for them. They're very very sad individuals. Imagine thinking that you don't deserve better than a family annihilator who's serving 5 life sentences. Imagine thinking so low of yourself that you're going to marry a potato head, right? A potato headed man with barely only 2 strands of hair hanging on to his scalp. And he also murdered his family. I mean, how crazy do you have to be? You guys think it's fame? Fame, or is it just delusion? Attention? You guys think it's attention? Hmm. I mean, imagine marrying somebody for attention, though. What about her own life? I mean, this attention is not going to last forever. I mean, people eventually forget. I mean, we're never going to forget about this case and we're never going to stop talking about Chris. But what about her life? I mean, imagine ruining your life, ruining your career as a realtor just so that you can get some attention, right? Like, I just don't get it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't see the logic. I really don't. Publicity? Yeah. Oh, God. Yes, KTD. Yes. Yeah, again, I think it just comes down to mental health issues. I think a lot of these people just have severe mental health issues. You know, there's these men also that are going after what's her name? Richens, Corey Richens. Yeah, she has a lot of pen pals as well. There are some men that are talking to her. Hmm. I think she's gonna get a confession out of him. Hopefully, the real confession, but definitely for fame. You guys think it's for fame? Okay. RBS, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. They thrive on getting attention in any way they can. All right, guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and I'm going to end the last poll and I'm going to ask you guys what you think about these people. It's just, to me, it's so crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and start our next poll. I did want to ask you guys the question about this. I know what's in my heart. It brings me to my knees in disbelief that I am here, right? What do we think this is? Is this honesty from Chris? Does he really believe that? Okay, so what do we think? So he's just a narcissist, right? Just full of delusion. Uh, he was really set up. Do we think that he was really set up by NK or Jim? No, I don't think so. Not at all. His family has brainwashed him. What do we think? That his family brainwashed him? Or do we think he's just lying again? Because he's lying to this woman that he's talking to. He wants to make himself seem like he's just this sweet guy. Oh, please love me. I didn't do anything to my family. Is he just trying to convince this lady that he's talking to, right? What do we think? All right, so the other one is just he's convincing his pen pal. All right, let's go ahead and start this poll. I agree. I think all these lovers would change their minds if these psychos got out of prison. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yes, if these psychos got out of prison, they would completely change their minds. They would be like, "Oh, actually never mind. I want a divorce." An annulment even, right? They'll probably want an annulment right away. Uh, I hope I'm not getting sick again. Oh god, that would really suck. Okay, I need to do this again, you guys. Sucks. Or it's probably just allergies. I hope it's just allergies. He's a covert narcissist. NK NK's in the house just sprinkling pollen in my face. She's just hiding somewhere. She's like, here's some more pollen. Or I probably just need to dust my stuff, you guys. You know, I do clean. Look, it's clean. Is it Nichol Kessinger just dirtying everything in my office? All right. Where do I post a video suggestion? Oh, RBS, thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, okay, so you post it in the community page. That's the best place to post. Yeah, guys, if you have something that you want to watch together that you want me to look into, go ahead and post it in the community. So yeah, so if any of my moderators can help with posting in the community or like showing the community link, yeah, that way when you guys post something in the community, I know that I go there to check all of the links. And then that way you guys can also share and collaborate and talk about it. I need Thrive. You guys think I need Thrive? Just look at it as building your immunity. Really, all the pollen sprinkled in my face? Oh, thank you, Tammy. Thanks, Tammy. Yeah, guys, the community page is in the chat. Tammy posted it. That link, if you go there, you'll see it. It's just the community page. Yeah, guys. And then the best way to find it, if you go to the channel, right, the main channel, at the very top, you hit community. It takes you straight to community. So you see everything that everybody posts. And there's a bunch of funny shit in there, you guys. Funny stuff, interesting stuff, funny and cute pictures of everybody's fur babies. So yeah, go ahead and check it out if you guys haven't done so already. Here, let's see. All right, guys. And then here, just to show you all, just for anybody who's still wondering. Yeah, so when you go to the page, here it is, right? So here's the channel, right? You have all your videos. Up here where it says community, that's where you go. All right, so you just go to community. I mean, this is what it shows up like, right, for you guys? Yeah, when you click it, it brings you straight to the community page. So yeah, look at that. Monica, see, Monica posted her little fur baby. It's so cute, right? Oh my god, I love seeing your guys' cats and your dogs and your birds and your fish and your rats. Look at this. Tiffany. Tiffany, here's a shout out. Tiffany just posted the Leave Granny Alone t-shirt. Yes. Yeah. Should we also I think we should also make a crabs shirt, right? Should we make a shirt about the crabs? Oh man. Tommy's girl, thank you for this. Yeah, guys. Yeah, so if you go here, you see how like everybody's just posting stuff. So if you go here, look at this, right? Smart Survival took a photo with Nichol Kessinger. This is so crazy, right? Rare sighting. Very rare sighting of Nichol S. Kessinger. Nicole Sasquatch Kessinger. Okay, that's her middle name. Sasquatch. Look, so she's in Canada, all right? So Nicole Kessinger is no longer in Alaska with her friend Moose. Now she's in Canada, guys. All right. But yeah. So yeah, that's where you check it out. Just go ahead and check out the community page. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Oh man, you guys. All right, let's go ahead and check out the poll. So, why is Chris Watts in disbelief right here, right? He's talking about having whatever in his heart, care, which he doesn't. And then he's saying that he's in disbelief that he's here. Why is it? So, look at that. 55% of you is because he's an unbelievable narcissist. 15% tied. It's because he was really set up by Nichol Kessinger and Jim. And also because his family has brainwashed him. Okay. And then lastly, he's just convincing his pen pal. All right, let's go ahead and end this poll. Okay. Yeah, look at this. Check it out. Put it on the screen. 55-15, right? So NK and the pen pal are tied. Oh, look at this. All three are tied. Holy shit. All right. Yeah, but most of us think that he's an unbelievable narcissist, and I think so too. I think he's just a narcissist. This is why he's saying these things, you guys. It's because he doesn't have a heart. He knows that he doesn't because he murdered his children, right? I mean, what person with a heart who says that they care about people is going to smother two children? No, that it doesn't add up. And it brings me to my knees in disbelief that I'm here. Oh, come on. How is he in disbelief? What, he didn't think he was going to go to prison for the things he did to his family? No, he's a narcissist. I agree. He's a narcissist. Oh, yeah, we absolutely do, you guys. We absolutely do. All right, guys. So, yeah, that's it. So, we went through the entire letter. Okay, we went through the entire letter. I know some of you said that there's actually more pages to it. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the more pages. This is kind of broken up into really weird sections. So if any of you guys have the full letter that we can read, send it over. I know some of you guys have been sending me links to another channel. But if you guys have the actual PDF or somewhere where I can get the full letter, go ahead and yeah, please send it. But yeah, I think this is it, right? I think. All right, guys. Yeah, he's not making any sense. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, you guys let me know. Let me know what you thought about this letter. Let me know if there's anything else that that is out there that we need to read that we can then tie to the calendar. and look more deeply into it, because yeah, I think that this letter did give us a lot of different clues, right? Whether Chris is lying or not, it at least it gives us a view into his own mind and what he's thinking in prison, and even maybe the brainwashing that is coming from Cinda, Lulu, and Ronnie, right? His own family telling him, "Oh, God has other plans for you, son. Yeah, you're in prison for other reasons," right? I mean, how delusional do you have to be to think that the people that he murdered were put in his life so that he can murder them because God had other plans for him? I mean, how absolutely narcissistic do you have to be to believe that? That Shanann and Nico and Bella and Cece were put in his life so that he can have, I don't know, another path in life. I mean, how absolutely absurd, ridiculous. Imagine thinking that way. Imagine. Wow. But anyways, guys, yeah, you guys let me know what you think. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much. Thank you all so much for your insight, your questions, your jokes, your theories. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad that we can do this and that we can break down this letter and go through it sentence by sentence and see what we can figure out. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you to everybody who's sending me all of these articles, right? Thank you guys so much. And of course, I want to thank my moderators. Thank you guys so much for all the work that you do. Thank you to my members for supporting the channel. And thank you guys so much to my subscribers as well for supporting the channel. As you guys know, if you haven't subscribed yet, it is free. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. And yeah, the best way to get this out there is to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hype. The hyping is really working, you guys. Thank you so much for hyping my videos. I think that, I've reached a point where, YouTube doesn't know who else to show my videos to. Or maybe they just don't like that I'm calling them greedy. Who knows? It might be both. Or who knows? Maybe Nichol Kessinger is behind it. Who really knows? But hyping my videos really does work, guys. And I want to be just, I'm just so thankful to all of you. So thank you guys so much. Thank you. All right, guys. And then just lastly, before we go, I want to thank everybody for the fan funding. Love Dream, thank you so much. Jessica, thank you so much. Love Dream, thank you. Imagine, thank you so much for being a member. RBS, and then RBS, thank you so much. And then for the jewels, Nancy, thank you. Soily Blue, Tiger, Angela, Tiger, Soily Blue, thank you so much. Angela, Tiger, Angela, look, Gia's ready. Gia is ready, you guys. That is so crazy. See, she knows I'm almost done with the live stream. Oh, that is so weird. Okay. Heather, thank you so much. Heather, thank you so much. Angela and Soily Blue, thank you so much. Gia is getting ready for me to get off this live stream. She heard me reading off the jewels. She jumped off her cat tree. And she's waiting. Yeah, she's right there. She's right here waiting. As soon as I end this, I'm going to get up and she's going to scream and we're going to do our little routine. So for you guys who are members, be on the lookout for that video because I'm about to post it. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. And if you do want to continue to hang out and look at some more ridiculous things, go ahead and head over to Rabbit Hole Rocks Live, my second channel. Today, we're going to be talking about people who get scammed by scammers. This particular person, right, this delusional woman, she actually left her husband of many years for Elon Musk. So if you do want to just see how ridiculous that is, go ahead and check it out. It's on my other channel, Rabbit Hole Rocks Live. We're going to be talking about the delusion of some of these people that get scammed by celebrities, right? Or they think they're talking to celebrities, but they're not. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Take care. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.